Hello everybody, this is Alyssa from Main Arts and Crafts, and today we are here for a WIP and chat. So WIP stands for Work in Progress Chat. Well, we're going to sit here, we're going to chat a little bit about the week, what I've been up to, talk diamond painting, all that fun stuff. So for today's WIP and chat, we're going to pick out which kit I work on from this bin of little mini kits together. But first I'm going to go over the tools that I'm going to use, then we're going to open it up and see what I have in here. So first up, I have some Miranda's Crafty Corner scented putty. I have iced lemon biscotti, and then I have sandalwood vanilla wee wax, which is such an amazing scent. I like to just open it and sniff it. So those are what I have in my placers. Single placers have the wax, multi-placers have the putty, and then I am using my Yellow Dog Designs trays, which, as you guys know, these are basically the trays that I use right now. And then my pens. I have 3 pens that I have pulled out, and all 3 of them are actually from Enabler's Outpost. I have an 8, a 10, and a 12 placer on these ones. I've been going through all of my pens in my pen hoard and kind of getting, going through them all, working with ones that I haven't worked with before, that fun stuff. So in here, this little storage container is got all of the, I'm going to have to open it kind of like that. There we go. Okay. So this has all of the small little mini pit kits that I have, and there's a variety in here. I've got Oraloa, some Oraloa. It looks like I've got the DAC Mini Dazzles, Fairy Tales Mini Dazzle set, and then I have a bunch of these. So these are little mini kits that I had from Diamond Delights that I've been hoarding, and there's a group of us on the Crafters Den Discord that are working on like an informal DP along this weekend. And for that informal DP along, basically you just have to work on as many mini projects, mini kits as you can over the course of the weekend. So these are all of the ones that I have in here. And I figure I will start with these and go from there. There's my sticker sheets. My sticker sheet for these mini lohas, which are these right here. I think there's 12 of them in here. But there's those. I have the Mini Dazzle, Fairy Tales Mini Dazzle right there. These are the drills for that. I probably will go with one of these just because it will be easier to do and less like work, I guess you could say, because I don't have to kit anything up. I'm thinking I've been savoring my Studio Ghibli my 3 Ghibli ones. So I think I'm going to go with, some of my Pastel Moons. I do have these 2, which are like Enchanted Berries, which I finished the others in the set. So I do need to work on those ones. So I want to try to work on those this weekend. But I think I'm going to start with these. And then I have to decide, do I want to work with Kirby, a cat, or Pastel Stars too? I'm thinking let's do the cat. That one sounds fun. I did Pastel Stars once. I think we're going to go with this one here. So let's go ahead and get this box out of the way. All right, so we are going to go ahead and break into these ones, and this is what we're going to start with. We're going to work with the Pastel Window. It's the one we're going to do. I decided to start with these because these are going to be a whole lot easy, like faster to do, because I don't have to kit anything up because these ones come in baggies already. So we have our canvas, we have our sticker, which will go in my logbook, and I will also put these in my logbook as well. And then we have our drills. So this is the Legend. I do refer to the Legend just like that. And this is from the artist Sarah Baumann. She's a nerdy cross-stitch art. She's a cross-stitcher, cross-stitch pattern designer, all of that fun stuff. And she has some of like the cutest patterns ever. I totally love all of her patterns. It just got toasty, so I have to take my sweatshirt off. Woo. And then we are going to get into it and work on this. So let me see if I'm going to have a glare if I take this off, or if we are glare free. That's kind of always the big question. Because if we are not glare free, then I will turn off the overhead, which we are not glare free. Oh, come on, turn off. So that way you guys don't have that unseemly glare. But the nice thing, I can actually, hey, that's my feet need to go there, Susu. We can actually come down and give you guys a little bit of a closer look. There we go. All right, so now we are ready to actually begin this. It was so warm earlier this week. It was perfection. It was in the 80s and glorious. And then it's been cold the last couple days. Like yesterday, it was It was like one particular temperature when I went to work, and then it got colder. Like I think it was, yeah, it was like yesterday, Thursday, when I left for work. It was like all of like maybe, and it was like 72 degrees. So I was like, okay, perfect. It's going to be warm. I was like, it's warmer. It's going to be warm today. So I decided not to wear a hoodie to work, because normally I wear a hoodie in the morning to keep me warm. So I chose not to wear a hoodie to work, and I was like, okay, it's a little brisk, but you know, it'll warm up. And then by the time I left work at the end of the day, it was actually colder. I think it was like 71. So it was a little bit chillier than it was when I left in the morning. But then also on top of that, it was rainy and dreary and overcast. And it was just rather unpleasant. Oh yes, so this is from Diamond Delights, in case you wondered what shop these are from. I basically bought pretty much almost every one of these small little sticker and like little mini kits that Elvira has on her website, just because I love little projects like this. They're so quick to work up and finish. So I'm excited to have some really cute ones, and I love her pastel vibes that she has. So with a lot of the kits and the things that she licenses are things that I absolutely love. So we have a very similar tastes when it comes down to it. So we are working on our little kitty cat who's chilling in the window. Our little kitty chilling in the pastel window. So much fun. But yes, so this is, yeah, so basically this month I'm participating in one event officially, and then one event kind of unofficially. So the event I'm participating in officially this month, I'm participating in Mackenzie over Dragonwing Diamonds. I'm participating in her Stoke Your Dragonfire event. So this is the third year of the Stoke Your Dragonfire event. So I am participating in that one, which is, it's so weird because I never have issues with adhesive. I think it's because, oh, I'm working on that's why, my surface is not flat underneath. That's why I was struggling with like a specific spot on here. It's because my surface was not flat, so the drill wasn't getting the contact with the table. So anywho, back to it, what I was saying. And so I'm participating in Mackenzie's event, and I'm working on the Leviathan from what's Heather R. Hitchman. It is such a beautiful kit. It's from Diamond Art Club. It's such a gorgeous canvas. I am loving working on it, and I was like, I would love to finish it this weekend. I don't know if that's going to happen. I've only got 2 sections done on it, which is a little over a quarter of the way through. But I could easily make some significant progress on it this weekend. But at the same time, I'm like, well, do I want to see if I get off of that uneven surface, then it actually places. Because there's a, basically it's uneven underneath here, in case you guys wondered, because I have the cross stitch conversion underneath me. So also I need to move my putty around, and that can help. So basically I have been trying, I distracted myself. So I'm working on that one, and it is just so stunning. It's like, I want to kind of take my time on it because it's so much fun to do. It's a square, but it's an older Diamond Art Club square, and I'm like, you know what? I actually enjoy these older Diamond Art Club squares. So that canvas discontinued before I even started diamond painting. I don't think it was super, super old, because it has like the style of box, and it has a blend of the 13 and the 20 facet drills. So it's not like atrociously old. I want to say that it is from, because I started diamond painting in April of 2023, and this kit was, had already been discontinued when I started diamond painting. So it's kind of one of those things where, you know, it's been out, but it's not one of the super, super old ones that I have in my hoard that I have gotten from D-Stashes. It's not one of the super old ones where the, let me try a different placer and see if that works better. Because the super old ones don't even come with like the pre-cut sticker sheets. This one definitely has pre-cut sticker sheets. So that hasn't been an issue for it. But oh my gosh, it's so pretty. I am so enjoying working on it. I've added a handful of specials, not very many. Because again, I've been trying to work off of just what I have in my hoard specials wise. for some of these projects instead of having to buy new bling. I've been just trying to work with what I got. Like the adhesive is super strong on here, so I don't know why I'm struggling so much to get this placed. This is totally 100% a me issue going on right now. Totally a me issue because the quality is fantastic on these. I love the feel of the drills. They're not those hideous pokey drills. The drills feel great. The adhesive is excellent. The grit is great. I'm just having issues. I don't know why. Because it's like once the drill is down, it's super down and doesn't want to come up. But this is like me issues. Let me try back over to this one. Because I've never had issues like this on any of my Diamond Delights canvases. And I've done a lot of them. And I just did a few of the minis, and one of them being from the same batch as this one. And I didn't have any issues with it. So this is really bizarre. Maybe it's because I'm working flat, and I don't normally work flat. I work on my easel for everything. But anyways. Okay. So, working on the Leviathan, and it is turning out gorgeous. I'm loving it. I really like how the enhancements are done. And I'm debating, I'm about to get into the water, so I'm debating if I want to add a little bit more for the water. I probably will need to order a couple more special drills for it that I'm almost out of, mostly my crystal confetti, and I think it's probably going to end up being this crystal confetti 905 right here. I do particularly love crystal confetti drills. I think they are such a cool drill. So if I run out of the crystal confetti, I will order more. I probably actually should just go ahead and order more before I run out. And call it a day at that, because the crystal confetti is one thing that I definitely will use. I don't have any qualms with that. I'm not a big, like, just crystals by themselves fan, but I do really love the crystal confetti. So there are differences between them for sure. So I'm working on that one. I'm also, this weekend, and then the other event that I am doing kind of like informally is the mini DP Madness, which is hosted by, there's the 4 people hosting it. So there's Michaela Renee, there's I think Kara, the principal diamond painter, and then you also have Messy Girl Crafts and the other person. I can't think of her name right off the top of my hat. It's like Courtney and Ashley are their names. I just can't remember her channel name. But I think it's like Diamond Painting with Best Friend. I don't remember off the top of my head what her channel name is. Because there's four hosts, and that's hard to like keep track of sometimes. But anyways, so I'm kind of informally not really participating in that event, but also kind of in a way, because I did decide to do like this project this weekend. I'm going to be doing the mini kits this weekend. So that was something that a group of us on the Crafters Den Discord decided, you know what, let's go ahead and do, you know, like an informal Crafters Den DP along. And for that Crafters Den DP along, we're doing like all of the mini kits like this. So that's what we're doing this weekend. They did it a couple weekends ago, but it was like on Friday. One of the girls was like, "Let's do this weekend. I'm starting now." And you know, that was kind of like, I had already had like kits, and I was out of town, and blah 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 blah. So I couldn't really participate. So we scheduled another one to do, and we scheduled it for this weekend. So now I'm actually can participate in this one, which is fun. So basically, you just work on mini kits for the weekend, and you try to see how many mini things that you can complete. So I decided, I'm like, okay, I'm going to participate and do it. And, you know, that'll take a break from the regular kit that I'm working on. It means that I probably will not finish Leviathan before I go to the retreat. And then I have to decide, am I taking it with me to the retreat, or am I going to work on something else at the retreat? Because I do have some small kits kitted up to take with me to the retreat, because I'm going to the Sparkle and Shine retreat, which is in North Carolina. I'm going to that next week. So I'm going to try this weekend. I'm going to try to film my videos ahead of time for you guys, because I will be leaving on Wednesday to drive up to North Carolina for the retreat. And that means that I won't, you know, be able to film a video for, I won't be able to film a video for Friday unless I do it ahead of time. And same thing with my WIP and chat, because I'll be driving back on Sunday. So I will try to film and post some video, have some videos scheduled for you guys. But if you miss out on a video or two, i.e. like a WIP and chat, it's going to be because I am at the retreat. So that would be why, in case you don't see one posted next weekend. I'm really going to try to post one, but we will see what happens, because again, I'm going to be at the retreat and I'm going to be focusing on having fun and enjoying myself at the retreat. So yes, that's going to be next week, and I'm super, super excited. I so need it. And this week at work, like 100% cemented the fact that I really need this little vacation break for the retreat. I so need it. I have been struggling all week long with daylight savings and getting up in a timely manner. And that's something that I normally have no issues waking up and getting out of bed and getting on the way. But like all week long, it has been a struggle. And then there was like one night that I did not, there was one night, I'm trying to think of which night it was. I want to say it was Tuesday night. I didn't sleep the greatest Tuesday night. So then I woke up Wednesday with a migraine already. And it was just like, it was gnarly. So I woke up and I took my migraine meds for right then. But then of course I had to go to work, and I've never actually, I think like only twice in the last 13 and a half years have I ever like missed work because I was sick. One of those was because my boss looked at me and was like, go to medical, you're sick. And I had bronchitis, so sure enough, they gave me sick in quarters, SIQ, which basically means go home because you're sick. So I went home for a couple days, and it was like 2 days, and then I came back to work. That was back in like 2013. And then when in 2024, when I ended up getting COVID, that was the only other time, because we were still in the midst of like the quarantine, like, or basically if you were a healthcare provider and you had COVID, then you still had to go home for like 10 days. So those are like the only 2 times that I have missed work for being sick. I'm like just not that person to do it. I've just never, like, my mind is always like, no, we're not doing that. We're not missing work. I can't bring myself to go through and do that. I'm like, I have too many things to do. But I did end up, on Wednesday, I was like, I just can't do this anymore. It was like, I was already done with my patients. It was like the afternoon. I think it was like 1:30. I'm like, I am done. I cannot look at this computer any longer. So I went ahead and like left early. So I did end up leaving at 11 or at 1:30, which realistically is not that late considering I usually leave work at 4. So it was only, like, 2.5 hours early. So it wasn't even like a full half day or anything like that. It was just a couple hours early. But yeah, I left early and came home, and I ended up falling asleep. And then, because I had fallen asleep, that also means that I fell asleep when I got home because I needed to kind of sleep off some of the migraine, to try to prevent it from coming back. But in the process, it means that I didn't sleep as much Wednesday night. I got, between the two, I did get a decent amount of sleep Wednesday night. But then for some reason, so Thursday night, so I was already kind of tired going into this week. Thursday was kind of like, I'm in that, migraine hangover stage that if you've ever had migraines, you kind of know what I'm talking about. So that was Thursday, was like the migraine hangover stage. And then Thursday evening, I went live Thursday night which was just last night. It seems like it was so long ago, over on Tammy, Diamond Painting with Neuromuscular Dystrophy. On Tammy's channel, I went live with over there with her. And had a blast, but it was like from 6 to 7:30, and I usually don't do a lot of things like that on like weeknights when I know I have to work in the morning, because I know, even though it was, it was not like I was actually interacting in person with people. It was over, the video camera, over the camera and over the channel and everything. I was still exhausted when I was done, just from like that social aspect of it. I was super exhausted when I finished and super tired, and so I was super tired from it, and ended up, you can see that was totally a me issue when I was working down in that other section, because now I'm having no issues. So yeah, I was super exhausted. So it got done at like 7:30 last night. About 8 o'clock, I'm like, I have got to go lay down because I am so exhausted. But I did not sleep the entire night. I woke up at like 10:30, and then I woke up at 10:30, and I was like, I had to do my video that went up on Friday, my Pixels video that went up on Friday. Half of it was already filmed. I just needed to do a little bit more of it, so I did that. Filmed the other portion of the video, got it edited, uploaded, and then I was like, I'm gonna finish this Pixel. Well, it was the Vexels. It was the Sushi Cats one. I wanted to finish that. So I'm like, I'm going to work on and finish this and then I'll go to bed because it won't take me too long. I don't have that much left. And then, I finish it at 1:30 in the morning, and I'm like, okay, that took me longer than I was expecting to finish that last little bit of it. So then I went ahead and went to bed. But the kicker, I go to bed and I laid there and laid there and laid there until literally about, it was almost 4 o'clock this morning that I think I was finally able to fall asleep. It was like, I literally laid there for that long. It was just like, why is my brain not shutting off? Why can't I sleep? It was painful. So finally, almost 4 o'clock this morning, I finally fell asleep. And the kicker with that is, my alarm goes off at 5:30. I ended up actually, getting up with the later backup alarms, which was more of like a 6:30 one. But I have like my drop dead must get out of bed at this time alarm, which goes off at 6:24. So that way I have time to jump in the shower and get ready and everything. And then leave in time to be to work so I can see my first patient at 7:30. And I woke up, I remember that alarm going off, and I was like, okay, let me turn it off and then, get up. And I turned it off, and then next thing I know, it was like I blinked and opened my eyes, and I looked at my phone, and I'm like, oh, it's 6:40. I need to get out of this bed and get ready. And I do not have time to take a shower. I am a 100% have to shower in the morning person. Otherwise, I feel like a zombie all day long. Unless it's like, you go into the day knowing that you want to be a lazy bum all day. And if I'm going to stay home and be a lazy bum all day on a weekend day, then yeah, I will make it through the day and be fine with not showering that day. But this was like, to go to work, I have to shower before I go to work. It's part of what wakes me up in the morning, and I just don't feel like myself unless I have had that morning shower. I could have showered right before bedtime, and I still end up having to shower again before I can go to work in the morning. It's just how it works for me. So I woke up at 6:40, and I had to jump out of bed, and at that point, I could not take a shower because I did not have time unless I wanted to take like an ice bath shower of like 30 seconds length. But it just did not sound appealing to take an ice cold shower this morning. So I got up, I watered my hair, basically straightened it out a little bit with water so it wasn't like a chaos mess. And then from there, we'll do that one later. I'm trying to get some of these lighter confetti colors down here first. 3756, which is going to be the diamond. So yeah, it was off. So then I had to run into work, and traffic has been bad all week long. It's just been it's been so slow getting through the gate all week long to get on base. So it's just been painfully slow. And a lot of it, there's no good reason for it. It's just been slow. So I was like, okay, that's fine. I will, I've been trying to leave earlier to kind of make up for the fact that, base traffic has been slow, but that didn't work so well this morning. But I did get there in time. I was at my desk, logged into my computer, saw my patient was checked in. He was there a little bit early. And then I was like, okay, I can go ahead and, go to my other computer in the clinic, log into that one and, clean the table and pull my patient back, which I did. So made it through my morning of patients. And then after I finished those patients, I had an inpatient that I had to see, but I wanted to finish writing my notes first. So I went back to my office and wrote my notes from those first morning patients. And then I went ahead and was doing a chart review for the inpatient that I needed to go upstairs and see. And in the process of doing my chart review, I totally 100% fell asleep at my desk as I was sitting at my desk. Totally fell asleep. It was only for maybe 10 minutes tops, but I was I blinked, and the next thing I know, I was like, okay, I need to go upstairs before I, lose complete track of time or anything like that. So went ahead, went upstairs, saw the patient, came back downstairs, wrote that note, and then it was lunchtime. And at lunchtime, I'm like, okay, I can, like, if I want a nap at lunchtime, I totally could. I could just sit in my office, set a little alarm, and take a nap if I wanted. Did I actually nap? No. My brain was like, okay, now that we've done things and you can actually nap, now we're not going to let you. So you're just going to sit here and be exhausted. And then I had to do what we call a career development board, which basically it's kind of like okay, you've been at the command, you've been at the hospital for, the last 3 months. Let's take a look and see, okay, what are your short-term goals while you're here? What are some long-term goals that you may have? This is where you're at career-wise. This is what your record, your official record looks like. All of this stuff, we go over all of that, and I'm the one that coordinates all of it for the medical service corps officers here. So basically, I say, okay, you are due for a board. We have to do your board, and I coordinate the date and time of the board, the location. I coordinate making sure we get all of the files that we need for it, the documents to review. I coordinate the board members because there has to be 3 people to sit on the board for the person. And then also the person that we're reviewing. So there's 4 people at the board. So yeah, got that all coordinated up and done. And I had one scheduled for this afternoon that I had to move from last week. So so I was like, okay, I go to the conference room. I'm sitting in the conference room, all logged in because that way we could do a combination of Teams and in person, all logged in. And then all of a sudden I'm just like, wait a second. It's only 1 o'clock in the afternoon right now. Because I was thinking to myself, why hasn't anybody else joined yet? Because a couple of the board members that I know how timely and prompt they are about things, I was like, why isn't he on yet? Because he's always early. And then I was like I looked at the clock and then I was like, oh, the meeting is at 2. It's currently 1 o'clock. So then I proceeded to have to go back to my desk and go back to my office and, wait an hour before I could actually do the board. But yeah, my brain was just not having it. It was like, nope, we're just going to do our own thing and, tell you what just like last week, I felt like I was a day off all of last week. Like every day last week felt like it was a Thursday until Thursday. And Thursday rolled around and I was like, oh, it's Friday. And then I'm like, oh my goodness, would my brain just get with the program today? That was my last week, was a struggle in that aspect. So yeah, I survived the week. I did go see optometry this week. I had an appointment with optometry because I've been noticing like some eye fatigue wearing my glasses. So, which actually right now I'm like, I have to take them off because my eyes are tired. Which is usually a sign that I need my prescription tweaked and adjusted if I start having some of that eye fatigue. But this time it's, my prescription needed adjusted and tweaked because of a little old AGE, which is why my prescription was changing, is because I'm getting older and my eyes are not adapting as well. So a very, very small prescription change where I could have just kept my glasses at the same prescription if I wanted to, or I could go to the change the prescription. And I was like, I'm going to change the prescription because my eyes have been telling me that they need it because they've been struggling a little bit at the prescription that they were at, where I've had to take my glasses off to give my eyes a little bit of a break. And I don't wear my glasses all the time. I wear my glasses if I'm at the computer or if I am driving at nighttime. And then the other time I'll wear them is, basically any kind of reading or admin work. Like if I'm doing stuff like this, I guess I'm wearing my glasses because then I can see a little bit better. But yeah, that was basically, so that was Tuesday. Did optometry, had my appointment. I picked out my new glasses, which I picked out the exact same glasses I'm wearing right now. So I picked out the same exact 2 pairs of glasses. They always give you a copy of your prescription. So if you wanted to go out in town and get different types of frames, because the Navy offers very limited frames for free. But if I want to go out in town, I can. I usually just am like, nah, I'm fine. I'll go with my free 50 glasses. They do the job. They work just fine. These are my old ones. But I just use the ones that they issue me for free because then, I don't have to spend any money on them. So why they work, so why do I need different glasses? So I was wearing, so I got those, and they were like, okay, your glasses, apparently the drills jumped way over there. They were like, yeah, your glasses should be in a couple weeks. You'll get an email when they arrive. Well, I got an email today saying that my glasses were ready. And I'm like, what? No, because that was literally Tuesday. And they have to like send the glasses out to be made for the prescription. They have to go to the lens lab to be made and then come back. And I'm like, no. Yeah, sure enough. Sure enough. Well, I haven't gone over to verify because it's in a different building than where I work. It's like a mile down the road from where I'm at, is where optometry is. So I was like, well, guess I will be doing that next week. Because I was like, I just couldn't even begin to want to do that this afternoon with the other stuff that I had. Because I didn't want to have to go and come back and blah, 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 blah. So I'll go next week and pick up my glasses and see, is it both pairs of glasses or is it one pair of glasses? I don't know. But we'll see on that aspect. But I'm like, if that really truly is my glasses being ready, then they are ready like super fast. That is like super speedy. I've had to wait a couple months before. Oh yeah, there's an AB that wants to give me issues. I've had to wait a few months before. Why are you not coming off? There's plenty of adhesive for you to stick to. This drill just wants to stick to my putty, not to there. All right. But yes, so, oh gosh, yeah, that would have been a very, very fast turnaround for the glasses. You know, Tuesday afternoon is when they submitted the order for my glasses, and then here it is Friday, and my glasses, I get a message saying my glasses are ready, and I'm like, wow, I was not expecting it. I was expecting another like week and a half or so. Also, I tried to schedule my dental cleaning. So the way that the Navy does it is when you have your annual dental appointment, because we have a dental exam every year. So when you have your annual dental exam, it's literally just the exam, and then you have to go back, you have to make an appointment and come back to get your cleaning. Unlike in the civilian sector where you have your exam and your cleaning in the same exact visit. We don't do it like that in the military sector. Don't ask me why we don't, but that's just not how we do things. And so, I've been needing to get my cleaning done, but they were so booked out that they told me to call back in a couple months to get on the schedule for the cleaning. So I was like, okay, so that was in the fall. And of course, you lose track in time. So I had called the same day that I called to schedule my optometry appointment. I called to see about scheduling my dental cleaning, and they were like, oh, well, we don't do appointments for it anymore. You have to walk in. We do walk-ins from 07 to 07:30 every morning. You walk in, and it's a first come, first served until the appointments are filled at that point in time. And you could call between the 7 and 7:30 too if you really wanted to. But basically it was like, and I was like, I can't do it like that. I'm like, I have to have an appointment. I can't like come, because I start seeing patients at 07:30. I can't like go sit there and wait and, cancel appointments for the day, because if I'm not the first person in line, then I might get stuck with an afternoon appointment. I might be stuck with a morning appointment. There's no telling, because it's a first come first serve type thing. And I'm like, I can't just, miss an entire day worth of patients. I can't cancel a day's worth of patients ahead of time, or block an entire day just in the hopes, it's not even a guarantee, just in the hopes that I get in for my dental cleaning that day. Like, I can't afford to do that. Like, no, so I was like, hey, I'm a provider. Is there any way as a provider that, I can, make an appointment, because I can't be out of the clinic for an entire day for this. And the girl at the front desk went and talked to her department head, who was like, nope, we got to keep it fair across the board. And I'm like that's, I can understand being fair across the board, but at the same time, if you have a fellow hospital staff who has, you're going to make me cancel an entire day's worth of appointments in the hope that I can get a dental appointment. That's not going to fly. No, that is not how we do this. When I should be able to be like, okay, here's my appointment. I've got an hour window. I can, have that hour window cleared up. Go drive over to the dental clinic, get my cleaning, and drive back to work and only be out of the clinic for an hour, because that's really all it would take to drive there, have my appointment, drive back. All it would take would be an hour. No, now it's like I have to do an entire day, and I'm like, I'm not doing that. Like, I refuse to do that. That is ridiculous, and I should not have to cancel an entire day's worth of appointments just for the dental cleaning because they won't give me an appointment and I have to walk in. Like, no, we're not doing this. We're not playing this game. So then I have to decide, is this something that I'm going to do as like an ICE comment to say, okay, hey, this is what this is. Like, this is kind of like unsat. Or am I going to just put it into like the CO suggestion box and be like, hey, maybe we could have it where, you know, your hospital staff are allowed to make appointments rather than being forced to, I missed a drill there. Maybe you can have it so, you know, we're allowed to make appointments as opposed to being stuck having to, you know, cancel or block an entire day worth of patients in order to maybe get seen that day. Like, that to me, as a provider, if I had somebody who was like, hey, many times, it doesn't matter what rank you are, hospital staff wise, if I have a hospital staff member who's like, I can't come in at this time because of XYZ commitment, then I will totally accommodate and see them at a different time. Like, because I know exactly how much of a pain it is sometimes. But so I was just like flabbergasted that, you know, if I'm going to go the way that they are doing it, I will have to basically miss an entire day worth of appointments and hopefully get my dental cleaning done. Hopefully. I'm like, that's totally ridiculous. Ridiculous. So anywho, that was my rant for that's my rant for the week, because I was just like flabbergasted when they said that. I'm like, what? Like, you're not gonna like let me schedule an appointment? You're gonna make me do this? Like, what? It just, my brain doesn't compute that mindset where, you know, they're completely fine with me canceling an entire day's worth of patients unnecessarily. And I know I keep saying this fact over and over again. I'm just so like flabbergasted by it. I can't believe it. I'm just like, really? That's what they're doing? We're going to go with this. Actually, let's do we're going to do this one. So anywho, that's basically the bulk of like what I've been up to week-wise. I am doing good this week. I did not purchase any canvases for last week's release, and I don't have any that I'm purchasing for this week's release. I will definitely wish list some of them, but I'm definitely doing good because I already purchased this month, so I'm trying not to make any more purchases this month, if at all possible, because again, you guys know I'm trying to take the hoard down in size. And then as I was pulling out all of these minis, I realized that I never loaded some of these minis into my my total canvas, what I have quantity wise. So I'm like, okay, does that just mean that I don't, like, what do I do as far as, because in my tally of how many I have for the month, I might end up just having to not count them in it, like, hey, I've this month in kind of like my subtraction for my total, because I'm like, do I really want to add them in now and have it totally throw off the numbers that I started with, or like, I haven't decided that factor of it, what I'm gonna do. I do kind of like having them all in my gems flow, so I may very well just add them in. But if I finish all of them, then it's kind of like you're at a net zero if I finish them all, because I would add them and then subtract them. So we'll see. We'll see what I decide to do once I actually like work on my logbook. And that'll be the telling factor, is like, okay, what did I actually decide as I do my month in review? That'll be the delineating factor. But yeah, anywho, there's that. I do have to say there is some stinking cute canvases releasing this this week. They're like, the one that I love the most is the what it was like, no work, just naps, or something like that, with the little cat. He was in front of like that was that little kitty cat, the black cat, or like not the black cat, the background was black, but the little cat one for that was so cute. I want that one. So that one's definitely going on the wish list. And then trying to use this putty because, you know, the other, but this is why I change my putty every time, because it's more so ends up being because I get so much of like my finger grease on them from, you know, pushing the putty in just right. So that definitely contributes to how long the putty lasts, because I'm constantly touching it to kind of line it back up properly and everything. But yeah, so anywho, oh, I am so tired right now. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm running on fumes. So if this ends up being a little bit of a shorter whip and chat than normal, that's because I'm operating on, like, you know, my actual sleep last night that I got was like 2.5 hours, something crazy. 3.5 hours tops, maybe, somewhere around in there. So yeah, I'm gonna apologize in advance if this ends up being a little bit shorter. I have the grand prize winners have already gotten their grant from my event. Their prizes the gift card ones have already been sent out to them, and I have started packing up the rest of the weekly prizes for all of the winners. I am still waiting on one thing to arrive. Actually, technically two, because I had like the paintings that I was originally gonna do from my mom that she had done, and I had them here. They were like 2 little pastels. They were originally the paintings that were gonna be done as the prizes, but however, I put them somewhere safe because my mom painted them while she was here. I put them somewhere safe so I wouldn't lose them, and it's somewhere in this studio, and I have no idea where this safe spot is. It's one of those things where it's so safe that I can't find them. So it's like, okay, well, so my mom had a couple other images and canvases that she offered up instead for the grand prize winner, which is the ones that I announced in the videos that I did. So anywho, yeah, I was like, I'm like, and now my mind is like, where in this office, in this studio, could they be? Because I have like looked all over this place and I have not been able to find the paintings. I'm like, where else could it be that I have not looked? I literally have looked everywhere I can think of in here and I have not found it. It's like my mind is just like boggled. It's like, where could they have disappeared to? Because my studio is actually fairly organized right now. I'm like, it's much more organized than it has been in a while. So I don't have like, you know, piles of stuff just chilling in random places now. So yeah, it just seems to have disappeared, run off, escaped, vamoosed. So, but anywho, so since my mom, because I already had the original 2 paintings I was going to do, I had those here, but since I can't find them, when my mom comes over next week to watch the girls while I'm gone, she's going to bring the 2 horse paintings. So those winners won't get them until I get back from the retreat, because I have to package it all up and everything once I get back from the retreat. Since I won't have them until then, because that's when my mom is bringing them over to here. Because I didn't want to have her try to like ship it here and all of that, and I didn't want to try to coordinate shipping it from her house or anything like that. So I'm like, no, we'll just wait that few extra days. I'm also waiting on, like I said, I'm waiting on one other physical prize to come in, and then I will finish packing and send everything out at the same time. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at on the prizes. But yes, and then we're getting ready for the legendary Liubka event, you guys. Are you guys excited for it? I really want Diamond Art Club to release like another Liubka canvas between now and like in the next week or two. Like ideally in this next week, I would love for them to release another Liubka, and that would give more people the option that want to participate in our event. Which would be myself and Laura, Anxiety Art Adventures. Laura is the primary host. I'm just there to moral support, but no, I'm co-hosting with her, but you know, it was her baby for this event. It was her idea and everything. I'm just there to help out however she wants. But yeah, so the legendary Liubka event starts in April. So I will have to, and I plan on basically swapping colors on a canvas for that one. So I'm going to have to kit up a kit for that one. But then also on top of that, April is also the Chrysabug along with Jessica over at the Stealthy Crafter. And I am 100% going to participate in her event because this is the 3rd year that she'll have done it. Just like I've done the Lunar New Year DP along 3 times. This will be her 3rd year for the Chrysabug along, and I've participated both of the other times. So I'm definitely going to participate this time as well. So yes, I'm kind of excited for... Well, I'm definitely excited for that. I'll have to decide which Chrysabug I want to work on. I thought about doing a small one, but I may just pull out my Chrysabugs for that and, you know, put it to a poll to my Patreon and let them decide which one I do for the Chrysabug along, because I'm like, I don't know which one to work on. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at on that. And otherwise, this is taking me a lot longer because I'm trying to talk and do. Normally this little kit would take me like maybe an hour tops to do. And today it's going to have taken me a whole lot longer. Because, you know, as you can see, I am not done yet. And normally I would have finished something this size. I would have already finished before the end of the video. And we're already at like 46 minutes and I'm not done. So, but I'm getting close. So maybe I can finish it in time. We will see. It's going to be a close call. If I finish this little guy before I call it for the end of the WIP and chat, we'll see. Oh. So, like I said, I've got the retreat, like I mentioned earlier, I've got the retreat this coming week, which I am super stoked about. I may try to do some vlog footage for you guys. I do vlogs for my Patreons every week, but I may try to do some additional vlog footage for you guys in lieu of a WIP and chat for this next week coming up. So I may actually do that. We have, oh gosh, I'm trying to think of what else. Oh, and I was going to say something. WIP and chat, the vlog, paintings. Oh gosh, I don't even remember what I was going to say. My brain just totally like blanked on me of what I was going to say. I do have to pick out which canvases I'm going to work on for the retreat. I have to decide, am I going to take the things that I already have kitted up, or am I going to do one of these other things? 3716 is these ones right here. So that's kind of like the dilemma I'm at right now. Is do I do a bunch of small things like this that I take to the retreat? I would have to take like all of the small things and just knock out all of the small things. Or do I take my larger canvases and do a couple, well, still relatively small. I think I've got like 40 by 50 for one. Another one is like 45 by 60. So relatively small size. I might take a couple of the canvases that I have that are already kitted up that are on that smaller side. So that way I don't have to kit anything extra up, because otherwise that's what I'm going to have to do on Tuesday night. Monday night, really, because Tuesday I'm getting my hair cut, and then I'll want to make sure that I've got everything packed so I can leave Wednesday to head out. So, yes, we will see. Decisions. It's so challenging when you have things that you want to do, and you're like, which kit do I do for this? Which ones do I bring? That I feel like is one of the hardest decisions, is like, okay, what am I going to bring with me to the event? Because you want to make sure or to the retreat, because you want to make sure it lasts you. Whatever you bring lasts you that whole time that you're there, and you don't like finish it and be sitting there twiddling your thumbs for, you know, a day and a half with nothing to do. So that's something that, you know, you got to pick wisely in time. And it's like, I know some people will go to the retreat and they'll like maybe finish a section in the entire retreat for a multi-day retreat because they're doing all the talking the whole time. I still talk to everybody. I should have pulled, that's a bad drill in there. Should have pulled it out, but oh well. I still talk, but at the same time, I can still diamond paint while I talk. So I still end up having, getting a lot done on the retreats, because it's like, you know, entire days for diamond painting. Whereas normally I just do like a couple hours in the evening, unless it's the weekend. So that's something that definitely makes a little bit of a difference. And I end up finishing quite a bit at the retreats. But I have to see, like, I have to decide what I'm going to take with me to this one. And I'm like, I've got to decide fast, because this is already Friday night. And I'm going to need to, you know, kit stuff up on Monday depending on what I'm going to bring with. So that's kind of where I've got to like decide sooner rather than later what I want to work on for the retreat. I would like to just do this. It's like my brain has kind of got the two schools of thought. One school of thought, I just work on like mini dazzles and all sorts of mini projects like that I don't really have to kit up ahead of time. I can kit up as I go, which is usually what I do for those. Or I do the kits, take the kits that I've already completed, like I already have kit up, take a couple of those smaller ones with, take a cross stitch as well. So if I run out of something to do, I can always cross stitch. So we'll have to see what I decide. I have not fully decided either way. So I'll have to kind of play it by ear and see which way I go for it. We're going to do this color for next. But yeah, that's where we're at. We are at like 51 minutes. I don't think we're going to finish before the timer runs out. But regardless, I've made some good progress on this little guy. It's looking really good. Super cute. I'm also working with like poor lighting because I like to have my overhead light like glaring directly onto these little all of my canvases and everything that I do, so it's usually like super bright. Obviously I can't do that because it gave us all sorts of glare when I tried to have my light overhead, so I have to do it like this with no light, which I can do, but my preferred thing is to have all of the light. But yeah, anywho, I may just call it, instead of trying to rush and finish this, I may just call it, and you guys just will see the not quite finished one of this that we did. Normally, I'm shocked, because normally I would finish this during our whip and chat, but my brain is just, I'm going in slow motion, and my brain is just not having it. But anyways, this right here, you can see this is where we're at. My placement is kind of not the greatest, because I'm working on a flat surface, and I don't work flat. This is actually a sticker, in case you're curious. That's a sticker. And I do end up putting these in a sticker book that I have specifically for my Diamond Delights little mini stickers canvases. I like that it's bigger than, you know, a tiny little sticker, and, you know, full drills, everything. It's so much fun. But anyways, that's what I've gotten done. I've only got the two colors left that I'm working on. This color that I started right here, which is a dust drill. So you can see we've got some dust, and then like here, there's yellow dust, and then this white AB, blue dust, and now I'm adding in a pink dust right there, because this has 3 of the dust drills and then 1 of the ABs. But anyways, that's all I have for you guys today. I'm going to go ahead and call it now, because like I said, I am tired. My brain is fried. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will see you guys next week as I prep and prepare for the retreat. Have a great day, everybody. Bye.